What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Lollipops to Die For. I'm your host, Stephanie, and this is my co-host,
Simona.
And today we are talking about the creepy story of Adelaide Mystery. Let's get into this.
So let's get into it. Tijeras, New Mexico. A 24-year-old man was arrested on multiple charges over the weekend for allegedly killing his parents, sister, and family dog, trying to clean up the scene, and kicking a hole in an interview room. Just to sum up.
According to a criminal complaint on Sunday, October 13th at 2:14 p.m., a man called the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office to report hearing gunshots from his neighbor's property. And when he texted them to check in, no one responded. The neighbor reportedly attempted to communicate by honking his car horn, but once again did not hear a reply.
When deputies arrived at the scene, they reportedly saw Adelaide Mestre with a gun and loaded magazine on him. Upon arrival at the residence located at 55 Young Road, officers found Mestre covered in blood, holding a gun and ammunition. Mestre then reportedly made several excited utterances, including admitting to killing his family. As a result, deputies detained him immediately. Because that's what happens to a crazy person. Deputies detained him, and he allegedly said, "I killed them, and I was going to bury them."
Who started talking, but wasn't making sense.
My family was trying to walk into my room, and they were trying to get my heart. And my dad had a knife, and my sister had a sledgehammer, and then I killed them. But however, I found their bodies, and their wounds were healed.
Deputies secured his weapon, which Maestre admitted to using.
Did you use that gun at all?
I did.
You did? Against who?
My dad, my mom, and my sister.
Law enforcement officials reportedly observed blood transfer patterns consistently with drag marks and mopping, as well as a bloody knife and meat tenderizer near the door, because that's what normal people do, have meat tenderizers.
I have a machete.
We know.
I'm just saying. The deputies searched a ravine nearby and located 2 deceased adults and 1 deceased juvenile, all of whom suffered apparent gunshot wounds. The criminal complaint says that the victims had significant injuries, and there was a possibility they had been stabbed in addition to being shot. Bernalillo County Sheriff John Allen spoke at a press conference and identified the victims as Mestre's father, 46-year-old Raimundo Mestre, his mother, 51-year-old Bertha Mestre, and the sister, 17-year-old Burrell Mestre. Adelaide Mestre also allegedly shot the family dog.
A detective spoke with Mestre at the sheriff's station at around 5:30 p.m. and Mestre said he fatally shot his father in the living room and his mother as she walked down the stairs, but didn't know about his younger sister. After the shooting, he dragged their bodies outside to bury them and tried to clean up by mopping before he was interrupted by initial responding deputies. Inside the home, investigators found a knife and a meat tenderizer near the front door, both of which appeared to have blood on them. The complaint said Mestre had blood on his shoes, shirt, and hands.
The detective arrested Mestre on 3 counts of open murder, 4 counts of tampering with evidence, and 1 count of extreme cruelty to animals. At 7 p.m., Mestre reportedly started punching and kicking the wall in the interrogation room. He made a hole in the wall and ran out of the room. He scribbled notes about seismic waves and claimed that he had shot all at the cell towers. These delusional statements raised serious concern about his mental state. In a moment that would soon go viral, Mestre attempted to escape from the interrogation room.
He was caught soon after Due to damage caused in the room, the detectives also charged him with criminal damage to personal property, $1,000 or more, and escape from the custody of a police officer. Allen said in the press conference that the gun used in the shooting was bound legally. Mester had recently been admitted to a behavioral health hospital in the area, and yet he was roaming around free.
It might be New Mexico's laws.
Allen spoke about red flag laws and said, if you went to get a mental health evaluation, even if you didn't have any homicidal or suicidal ideations, there needs to be some recognition in the system or notification to law enforcement that there are firearms in the house.
That's
Legitimately.
true. I agree.
He added, please pay attention to any family members that have that behavioral health issues and you have firearms in the house. This is a red flag. We need to start paying attention and doing our part.
Agreed. As of now, Adeline Mester remains in custody, facing multiple charges related to the murders and his escape attempt. He is charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder, 4 counts of tampering with evidence, and 1 count of extreme cruelty to animals, and 1 count of escape from a peace officer. The authorities have yet to determine whether he is competent to stand trial. His motives for the killings as of now are still unknown.
So, bottom line, I get it. He had mental issues, but first of all, she should be killed on impact because of torturing an animal.
Well, yeah,
if you would have tortured just humans, maybe, but animals, sorry, I have no emotion towards that.
Yeah.
Even if you were sick, but
Right.
2, he got evaluated and the bastard sent him home. That is beyond creepy.
You know, it's happened before in a couple other cases.
Right.
I can't remember them offhand, but I remember I think Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh,
Remember?
yeah, that's true.
That whole thing. The guy escaped and was pleading for his life, and the cops released the guy back to Jeffrey's care, and he killed him. So there you go.
But this is where, as sick as people are and roaming around, because we don't have sanatoriums anymore where people can go and be hospitalized and stay, this is where we get this type of cases where someone snaps, even though they were evaluated, went to a hospital, they tried to do something about it, sent him home, and then the family turns up dead.
I agree.
So in the end, you never know. This one next to me might snap one day.
Maybe.
And then you might find me dead around,
Yeah.
But
I'll bury you first.
that is true. But thank you guys for listening to us and for listening to our horror stories that we keep finding. Apparently every day is a new horror story.
That is true.
And in the end, I guess this happens pretty commonly because we get immune to it.
Yes. Especially me.
Yeah.
I watch on my nightly.
Yeah, that's our bedtime story.
My bedtime stories. My bedtime stories. Alrighty, guys. Always remember, the truth is always scarier.
Bye.
Bye.